Just, your name.
John Brevard Jr.
Okay.
Nickname, Badboy.
How'd you get the name Badboy?
From the girl that took care of me, her nurse, from a baby.
Oh, okay. Where were you born?
Born in Camden, South Carolina.
And maybe I should just ask the question. What was your mother's name?
My mother's name was Truesdale.
And your father?
Father's name was John Brevard Jr. I'm really the third. That's what it is.
You're John Brevard Jr. Okay. So,
And
what was it like growing up in Camden? What year were you born?
I was born February the 2nd, 1925. February the 2nd, 1925.
You have brothers and sisters?
I got one brother and one sister.
What were their names?
Bessie and Robert. I call him Bobby.
Okay. I think this will probably be hard for you to just like do by yourself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just ask you questions.
Because it ain't like when I was out there talking to you. Because I just was loose and
Yeah.
just thinking about everything as we talk. Everything come to me.
Yeah, but it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
What do I want to know? What I want to know is, you were born in Camden, South Carolina.
Yeah. In the country, Night Hill.
In Night Hill.
K-N-I-G-H-T-S.
Night Hill. So that's a part of Camden.
Yeah.
Night Hill. Camden.
That's
South,
5 miles out of Camden.
5 miles out of Camden.
Yeah.
What did your father do?
I don't know what he did because him and my mother separated when I was 2 years old.
So,
But I was with my grandfather.
what was your grandfather's name?
Wesley Truesdale.
Wesley Truesdale.
Yeah. And my great grandfather was Wesley Truesdale. And my great grandmother was Mary Truesdale. And you had a great grand uncle was married to my grand aunt.
So is that how we become related, the Williams?
That one side of it, and his name was Jesse Sutten.
Sutten.
Yeah.
Jesse Sutten.
Sutten was married to my great aunt.
And your great aunt's name was?
I don't know what name.
No.
She died, and then your great grand uncle married the cousin, Emma Truesdale.
Okay.
And they got kids, grandkids here in Plainfield. Her name is Ruth Nelson. And I don't know all of them down there. I don't forgot their name.
Tell me about your grandfather.
My grandfather, he was a farmer. He made cotton, cone, and he was a farmer, blacksmith, make axe hammer, hammer, used to do everything.
He had a big farm?
No, we had 64 acres.
64 acres.
of land. Oh, your great grandparents,
What was their names?
your great granduncle was Hamp Sutten, and your great grandfather was Truppin Sutten. And
Truppin.
I don't know how to spell it.
Truppin Sutten.
Sutton.
And he was from Camden, South Carolina.
Yeah, they all. It was like what the Indian is.
Like a plantation.
A plantation, but they had all of them had it was a plantation before, but after they got freed, they all had their own land.
So when they got their freedom, the plantation owner gave them all land?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
all land. Yeah, just like the Brevard, they had so much land, and the Sutten too. A lot of land.
A lot of land in Camden, South Carolina.
Yeah, and Night Hill.
Night Hill.
Well, Camden is the same. Well, that was the town. Camden, but Night Hill.
So, is Night Hill still a city in Camden now?
It's still Night Hill, but the city limit almost there now.
Oh, is
The
it?
city limit used to stop at what Dusty Bin there, a little place called Dusty Bin. That's where you got uncles live there. Sydney, Sutten.
So the Suttons is. So whenever I hear the name Sutten, some kind of way
Yeah,
they're
well,
related to me.
that all them your father people.
The Suttons.
They go, yeah, Sutten. Robert Sutten, Bill Sutten, Robert Sutten, Bill Sutten, Sydney Sutten, all them that's your father, uncle. They'll be your granduncle.
Granduncle.
And yeah, Ralph Sutton, that's your cousin. That's Sydney's son. And Philip Sutton, they was in New York when I was there. Philip and Sarah Sutton. Sarah, yeah, and you
Sarah Sutten.
Sarah Sutton, that's your father for his cousin. And Philip Sutton, your father for his cousin. And Sarah Sutton, your father for his cousin. And your great-grandmother, Sarah Sutton.
Great-grandmother is Sarah Sutten.
Yeah.
So, we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out, bad boy. So you grew up with my father. Y'all grew up in the same city?
The same neighbor. We didn't see every day or every night, but we grew up together because your great grandfather used to take care of dogs, like trained dogs for fox.
For hunting?
Hunt fox.
Okay.
You see, like the British do have them dogs.
Yeah, the hound dogs.
Chasing fox.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he used to train the dogs for. And I used to stay down there with him and my great grandmother. In the racetrack, that way the racetrack had now.
Oh yeah.
The racetrack, I think they done move it. They done moved the racetrack from there to Niceville.
So you lived in Camden. How old were you when you left Camden?
18.
18. And you never went back? I mean, well, as far as to live.
No, went in the Navy.
Oh, you were in the Navy? I was in the Navy too, man.
I know it.
Okay. Let's talk about those first 18 years of your life. What was it like growing up?
Growing up, we had some, like a truck farm. I used to go sell vegetables every other day. Go downtown and sell vegetables every other day. Work on the farm.
So at that time, I'm sure it was segregation. It was just blacks with blacks, whites with whites, right?
Yeah, black was the way we live at. It wasn't two family or white. So it wasn't. Everything was black, and they had their own thing, land.
The whites.
The black, and it only was like one or two family are white, and they had a plantation, and not that many black was on it.
So
Cause your great grandfather, he had a plantation. A lot of people, black people, live on it until he give it up and start selling the land to the people that used to live on it, and they build houses on it.
and his name was that Truppin Sumter?
No, that was Hamp Sutton.
Hamp Sutton.
Yeah, that took great. Your great grand uncle, and his wife was named Donna Sutton, and his kid Charlie Sutton. Charlie Sutton, yeah, and no, Charlie Sutton was the brother-in-law. He wasn't a Sutton, he was a Collis.
Collis.
Yeah, that was a Donna brother. And they in Massachusetts.
So when you were growing up, you grew up in an area where people lived comfortably.
Yeah.
I mean, people they didn't have money, but they weren't really poor.
No, they didn't have money, but they had the farm, and they have at the end of the year when they sell the cotton and stuff, they have money. But that and a lot of them white. They were work for white people, like rich white people.
Yeah.
That go south in the winter, and they take care of the house and place all the summer. People that work down there.
Oh, okay.
Like you, like I leave here and I let you take care of this house here
All right.
for the whole summer till I come back.
Okay.
Well, that way a lot of them, and it was a lot of that in Canton.
In Camden.
Mm-hmm.
So, what were some of the things that you used to do when you were like a little boy to have fun? I mean, like, did you go fishing, hunting?
You go fishing, hunting, play ball. You did. You had a lot of you do just like people do now.
Yeah.
But you only used to play ball like late in the afternoon after you come off the farm.
So all kids worked back then. All kids worked on the farm. Everybody.
No, all of them, but the most of them worked.
So,
Yeah, everybody white. It wasn't no
Wasn't no
walking.
hanging out on the streets.
And
Like,
no, there ain't no hanging out on the street.
you had to work.
And you didn't go downtown and hang out on the corner of no place.
No, you had to work.
No, unless you went down there looking for a job. You worked.
Did you go to church when you was growing up?
You had to go to church. That was a must.
On Sundays.
Yeah, Sunday you didn't come after your mother. You go, mother and father. You go first. Sunday school. I hate what? Grand uncle. I had one. Was a preacher. Oh, that's right. I had 3 grand uncle was a preacher.
What were their names? If you could remember.
A great grand uncle, Jim Truesdale, Jim and Wesley Truesdale, my great grandfather, and I forgot the other one name. I was looking for that book there. His names, I don't know where them books at.
Were they related to? There's a minister that's from here in Patterson. At least he used to be in Patterson. His name was Truesdale too.
Who?
I don't know what his first name was, but he has that name too. He's a minister. I wonder.
Oh, Reverend Truesdale used to
Yeah.
live on Governor Street.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, well, I guess they is related, but he came from Kershaw. That's the town up above Camden. But,
So they probably is related.
yeah, I used to go around with Reverend Truesdale here. Yeah, but he had a church down on Governor Street,
Yeah.
and he had a kids he used to adopted kids. Reverend Truesdale had. He used to live right there across the railroad track off of Governor Street, next to that church. Few houses from that church. What that is? That church on
Governor and
Jefferson Street there.
I'm not sure what it's at. Let's get back to it's the early life that really interests me. So most of the people that you grew up with, you were related to.
I was related to, yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
Your father, your aunt, and all the Brevard, the Truesdale, the Robinson.
Robinsons.
Yeah.
I know it was different. I know it was different back then than it is now.
A whole lot
I
different.
mean, now it seems like to me, black folk just don't have no concern for each other anymore.
No, at that time it was different. Because if one had, everybody had.
If one person had something, he would share it with everybody.
They'll give it to either if somebody on the farm needs somebody to help them, you go over there and help them. And you don't get no pay unless they give. Sometimes they'll slip you something you ain't supposed to tell you because they don't want you to take nothing from the people.
Oh, wow.
And when they plant the farm, 2 or 3 of them get together and help the other one plant, and then when that's finished, they help the other one.
How did you meet your wife?
Oh, when I got out the Navy.
Okay.
When I got out the Navy,
How did you end up going into the Navy?
they drafted me.
Oh, they drafted you.
Yeah, I was the second group. Went in the Navy when Joe was fighting. Black was going in the Navy. They didn't, unless you was a cook or something.
And that was World War II.
Yeah. If you was a cook, they usually until Joe Louis fought and give all that money to the Navy.
Oh, that's why they did it.
And then they tried taking seamen and gunners and
What did you do when you was in the Navy? What was your job?
everything. I was at Pearl Harbor, at ammunition dump.
You was at Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, most of the time.
Oh, were you there when they bombed it?
No, I went in after.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, that was after Joe Louis fought.
All right.
And first with the Great Lakes, I stayed there 14, 16 weeks. Where you took your training at?
At the Great Lakes?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I was at Camp Moffett.
Wow. So that place has been there for a long time?
Yeah, it's still at Moffett.
I know Great Lakes is. I don't know if they
Camp
call it-
Robert Small was the oldest one.
Robert Small.
Yeah, well, that was the name of the barracks.
Oh, okay. They had to change it since then.
Robert Small, Moffett, them was named after, I don't know, Admiral or somebody, some famous people, their company. Like.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. So, did you see any battles while you were in the Navy?
No,
No.
nothing but at Pearl Harbor when they was getting ready to invade, Saipan, I think it was. Saipan or Iwo Jima. I think it was 30 ships blowed up. We had whole ammunition the whole week, day and night,
Yeah.
loading them ships.
And they blew them all up?
So some sabotage got, and they was getting ready that Sunday to pull off, take off. And all of them, all the ship went up in smoke.
Wow. A lot of people died that day.
A lot of them. Their legs was there, arm was there.
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah, the whole Oklahoma is still there at Pearl Harbor. They ain't never brought it up.
Wow. I wonder how many people were on that ship when it went down.
That when the Japanese bombed it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And they still never got the old Oklahoma. It's still there. They have it on television every once in a while, you see it.
So when you got out the Navy, where did you go? Where did you move to?
New York.
New York
Yeah,
City.
well, that's where I met my wife down south then.
You met her down south?
Yeah,
In Camden?
in Camden, in the drugstore.
In the drugstore?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, that way it wasn't no bars and things.
So-
Where you hang out, that way the kid.
So you was a player back then, Badboy.
No, I just got out the Navy.
I'm saying you was good with the women. Huh? That's funny for you.
I'm not in the drug. That way all the way you, other way you didn't see no girls, cause it wasn't no bar or nothing. You don't see nothing in no bar or nothing. You see them in the restaurant or eating in the drugstore. We'd have soda and ice cream and.
So in the drugstores, they would have like little soda fountains.
Yeah,
would sit and drink.
and chairs and things.
Do you remember what you said to her? First thing you said to her?
No. Because I met her and she just had came from up here. So she was here. She just had graduated from high school.
That's a picture of her right there.
No, that's my daughter.
Okay.
Where's her picture? Here's her picture. I don't know where the younger one is. There's a lot of them here.
So you don't remember what you said to her when you first saw her?
No, I don't remember because I was with with my cousin and all. And her mother. See, cause her mother, that raised her, she was adopted.
Okay.
And I know them, and then I met her. And we got together. Oh, the whole time, cause I had been home for 30 days. The war had ended. I had 30 days leave.
All right.
And during the time, that 30 days, I had enough points to get out. Get out of the service.
Okay.
So December the 29th, I went to Charleston and I was discharged. Because I on points, not, you had to have enough points,
All right.
or you could have stayed or get out if you want.
So your wife was living in Camden.
Yeah, that way she was born.
Oh, she was also born in Camden.
Yeah, she was.
Okay. And did you know you was gonna marry her the first time you saw her?
No.
No.
So and we came up here together. I was discharged, and we got on the train and came here together.
Y'all wasn't married when y'all came up here together?
No.
No.
No. Well, I went to New York and she's living in Patterson.
Oh,
I
she
went
was
to New
living-
York to my mother and
Oh, okay.
sister,
All right.
and she was in Patterson, living in Patterson. I used to come over here every week.
To see her.
Yeah. And I had a lot of friends here, friends and cousins, a lot of them
Over here in Patterson.
in Patterson. All my cousins and things that was in the Navy with me. Well, they wasn't in with me, but we all was in the service together, and we all got out. And most of them come to Hackensack, Patterson.
What was up here? Jobs?
Yeah, jobs. Well, there wasn't no job down there.
Down south.
No. It was job. No, it wasn't no job then. And afterward, they started building up down there. Because DuPont, they moved. They went down there in Columbia, out of Columbia, at Fort Jackson.
Now it seems like it's reversed. Like there's no jobs up here now, and they're all
They all moved. All of them moved.
they're moving back
to
down.
Atlanta. Atlanta is the New York now.
Atlanta.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Have you ever been there?
No, I've been through there. When I was discharged out of the Navy, I came through there.
Oh yeah.
Atlanta, from Atlanta to.
So is that good or is that bad when you say Atlanta is the new New York?
That's good.
That's good.
Oh, a lot of people done moved is in Atlanta. Atlanta is big as New York. And that way having all the jobs at.
Oh, okay.
So you go down there and you doing this, you get a job. Computer and the tenant used to live downstairs.
Yeah.
They moved down there.
Oh, did they?
And that way my grandson went to college. He went to
What is your
Morehouse.
What's your grandson's name?
Ronald Lathan.
Ronald Lathan. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Because the only one that I know is Beverly.
Oh, she upstairs now.
That's the only one I know. I've known her. I mean, since
that's the oldest one there. And
she was always nice too. You know. I mean, you know.
Beverly on here someplace. You look over there someplace. They all over the place.
What did you say about those pictures?
Huh?
What about those pictures?
Come join our conversation.
You gonna get in? You
No, I don't want to get into
No.
conversation.
No, just have a seat. I mean, just for 5 minutes. so that we can, so I can get a picture of both of y'all together.
Wait, I'm not quite ready for that yet.
Okay, well you let me know.
All right. Oh, did you put this
Cause
light on?
you can turn it off.
Okay.
Cause we
No.
want you in the picture too.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 5 minutes.
What was we talking? I was talking to Mr. Brevard about when he met you.
Oh, he did say Camden, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. In 1945.
1945.
Yes. Was it 1945?
Yeah.
because I was graduating from
So
high school. Oh, and I wanted to ask you too. What is your father's name?
David.
David.
She graduated
With
with
Martha William?
with your
Yeah.
aunt,
Her
Martha.
name was William at that time.
Right.
Yeah, Martha. Yeah, we was
Right.
in school together the whole time. We graduated together and
Oh, yeah?
everything. Yes. You didn't show him the pictures.
I
Oh,
don't
wait. Let me see the picture. No.
Cause they are
Oh, yeah?
they're the young older people.
I would love to see those pictures.
Oh goodness, now where are they? Oh yeah.
Oh, she have that out all the time.
Oh.
I just
Let me
look
see.
at myself every once in a while. Well, let's see. Now you have to get to the light.
Oh, this is the
so you can
graduation.
see. Yeah, that was the graduation. So as I say, Martha's on here and a lot of
Let me get a picture of your graduating class. What
Uh-huh.
class? What year was this?
1995. No.
1945.
1945.
1945.
And what was the name of the high school?
Jackson High School.
Jackson High School.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jackson High
Camden.
School.
In Camden, South Carolina.
Yeah, and I want to see you, see Martha. She's on here. But these are all the pictures, from the graduation. And we had 2-3 classes at that particular time, too.
That was 2 or 3 classes, right? That wasn't one class?
It was 2 classes. But it still was one class, but they
But
had to
it was
divide
like
it because of
A
the
and B.
children. Because of how many was in a class. They can't have the whole 70-something people in one class. So they divided.
Wow, this is really something else, man.
Yeah, uh-huh. A lot of...
Where you at?
Yeah, that's right where I am. Wait a minute now. Listen, I got to go over here and pick out where I am. Yeah,
Open the door
Give me
there
right-
and go on the porch.
Yeah, right here. This is me right here.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, right
Let
here.
me see. I can't really see all that.
Well, I don't look like myself there, but...
Right here.
Wait a minute. No, right there.
Right here.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
That was me. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Martha. Oh, and Martha, your aunt. Let's see now, where's she at? She's on here somewhere. I think this is her.
That's her right there, yeah?
Yeah.
That's her.
That's her. Huh?
Yeah.
All right then. Do you know what her name?
He don't know nothing. Oh,
No.
you do.
Talking about what used to live up here. Ugh. Her sister.
Her sister?
Our
Yeah, he
mother's
know.
sister?
He knows some of it.
Yeah, I'm quite sure you know some of those older people. This is Martha right here.
Okay.
Yeah, and but I'm trying to think of some of the relatives and stuff on here. But these pictures are always they're from down south. When I
Yeah.
came from down in 19, how many? What year I say? 1945.
That's 60 years ago.
Yes, Ernest.
60
It'll be
years.
60 years this
It was-
June. This June would be 60
They
years.
Beverly now.
What was I got distracted.
Where you going?
We're going to the voting.
You just doesn't open till 11.
Yeah, I know. But we got listening.
How you
Oh,
doing?
hi, how are you?
Good. I'm okay.
Are you interviewing them?
I'm just doing like a little journal kind of thing,
Okay.
You couldn't get in.
No, it's all right.
Um,
Oh yeah, that's my youngest daughter.
He know her.
I know her.
Oh, you know her? Huh?
yeah. You want to have a seat for a few minutes with us?
Just a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Just so we can get you on this tape here, because this tape, I love this stuff because
You got to come back again.
I'll be back.
Yeah, okay, then you fix the tape.
No,
Let me
you
run
can-
into the room.
okay, okay.
Just 1 minute.
I'll be back.
I don't know where all them books and things. I got to get.
Well, this one is good. We got like 20-something minutes left, and I'll leave in 26 minutes after the tape ends, and I'll come back another day, and we'll just find something else to talk about.
Oh, it's a whole lot, but you caught me off guard.
What
I don't know where them books.
how did you get like into plumbing and all of that kind of stuff? You said that
I had a cousin.
what was his name?
His name was Mose Brevard. He was a plumber down south.
Moses Brevard.
Mose, yeah. And your grand uncle, he was a plumber. Yeah, Robert Sutten, and all, the whole family, the Hayes.
So they all worked for themselves.
Yeah. Gus Hayes, he was licensed plumber. Moses Brevard was licensed. Your grand uncle, he used to work under them, but he did his own job. Only he'd work through the license. That's all.
So
And he had his kid working with him. He had 2 boys. They used to work with him.
So
Robert
they
said-
taught you. You didn't go to no school or nothing. They just taught you everything that you.
Well, I learned it myself. When I came out of the Navy in New York, I used to work for a plumber. I worked for him the whole time I was in New York.
Well, so I put my sunglasses on so I can be
Can
able
I-
to see something somewhat.
So you need to slide over closer so that you can get in the picture. Now, what we gonna remember now, right? Let's go with this. Y'all early years, when y'all first got together, when y'all first got, you remember when he asked you to marry him?
Was that 1947? 47. We got married
47.
because we got married in 48.
We got married 47.
We got married 47?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, 47.
47. Brenda was born 48.
Yeah, Brenda was born 48
Flo
and
was born
48.
49.
49.
And what's her name? Her name now is Brenda
Brenda Jackson.
Jackson.
Yes, but she's they're separate. Her and her husband been
Okay.
separated.
This,
So I see her all the time. She's here all the time.
Oh,
She
lives
comes
here.
here. No, she don't live here. She
She
lives in
live in
Parsippany.
Parsippany.
But
Okay.
she comes visiting her mother and father.
Every
and we go to
Sunday
the
they-
same church,
St.
St.
Luke.
Luke. And she
Okay.
comes too. Oh yeah. And Flo, he know Flo.
no, he don't know that Flo. She teach school at
Kirkpatrick.
on Ellison
And that's your daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my daughter, Kirkpatrick. And yeah, I have 3 daughters. Did he say 3 daughters? Did he
Yeah.
say 3 daughters?
I want to talk about y'all two.
Oh,
When y'all.
so as he said, we met. Oh, what happened is I had graduated in 1945, and I had been here a summer before, not here, but in Brooklyn, just to work for the summer and go back home, And the next year,
He said he met you. Let's talk about when he met you in a drugstore.
that's in 1945.
You remember
Yeah.
What he said?
that
to
was
you?
Christmas. She came home for
1945.
Christmas.
Yeah, I did. It came home for Christmas.
So you remember him when he met you in the drugstore? Do you
Yes.
remember what he said to you?
What did he say? I don't remember. What did he say? Oh, I know. He was just getting out the Navy, and he was coming up here to stay with his mother and those. And I guess he asked me when I was be going back. He knew I was going back, and I told him about when I would be going back. Soon as the days was over with.
Yeah.
And he says, well, he'll be getting out the Navy, and he'll be going the same time. He will go the same time. And so that is what happened. And we came up together.
And y'all been together ever since?
Ever since. But, you know, he went to his mother-in-law's to live. And I had a boyfriend, and so...
You had a boyfriend?
Oh, yes, I did. I just met him. I did. I had a boyfriend. And so, anyway, he was going up there. But he knew a lot of people in Patterson, so that's why he would be coming back every once in a while. Was it Patterson, Hackensack?
Patterson, no, Hackensack.
Hackensack when it started off. Or was it?
He used to come to Hackensack first, and then I come on over here.
Yeah, because we, after met him, then we discovered...
Because all my cousins, they was in Hackensack. I mean, a lot of them. The Reed, the Brevard, the Reed, the Brevard, the Brewington.
Yeah, so they always in Hackensack.
All of them was in
But
Hackensack.
a lot of them moved to Patterson.
And the
you know.
Lee, all of them my cousins, they was yours too. They was in Hackensack. Cause the Lee and the Reed, them your father people. It'll be your grandfather people.
So when y'all got married, where did y'all get married at?
Patterson.
You remember the church?
No, we got married at the preacher house.
At the preacher's house, okay.
Just like this.
Oh yeah? What was the preacher's name, you remember?
Oh, I don't remember his name. What his name?
I don't forgot his name.
Gosh, what was his name? I don't know his name, but we did get married. Was it at his house, or they had a...
At his house.
Oh. All them years, 60 years.
60 years.
Yes, yes. It will be 60 come June the 7th this year. It will be 60.
That is...
No,
I know y'all gonna have like a big
no,
celebration.
it won't. It'll be 58.
58.
It would be 58? Oh,
47, 7, yeah, 7.5, 8, yeah.
58?
58.
Why did I say 60?
That how long?
We know each other?
Yeah.
60 years.
45 to 2005 is 60.
Oh, so that's where that come in at. Oh. No, we didn't get married as soon as we met each other. We just,
What did you do when you were here in Patterson?
in Patterson. At that particular time, I was working, you know.
What were you doing?
At Manhattan Church Factory.
Manhattan Church Company, where you make
Make shirts and...
shirts and things like that. Yeah. And so, yeah, shirts and that was it. The main thing was shirts, you know. And so we
Shirt,
stayed there for some
clothes and-
time, yeah.
What was it like living here in Patterson then?
At that time, it was nice. It was kind of nice because you didn't see all them trucks and cars going along here like they're doing now. But you didn't know nobody too much, you know, but you did know a family or people up the street, and they kind of speak to you. And then when you go to work, you don't see them, you know. I didn't see them. But it was nice. Let's put it that way. It was real nice because you didn't see people that with a whole lot of children.
No, you didn't see no drugs.
Yeah, and none of that, you know. And especially when we got this house, did you tell him how long we was here?
33 years.
Yeah, 33 years, so that's a long time.
How did you find this house here?
We had planned to move. We lived on Pennington Street. So we had planned to move. And finally, when we did move, but we knew that we had went to one of those not real estate guys, people that sells a house, and we told them somewhat that, you know, if you have a house or whatever, we would love to get it or look at it, you know. So that's what happened when we did move, and the guy did have a house, and even when we moved from Pennington Street, they had a house, but we couldn't move in because they had to fix it or do whatever. and give us the knowledge that we could have it, you know. So we had to move some other place.
We moved to 23rd Street for 6 months.
6 months, and then we moved here. And so that's been a long time.
That was November
Yeah, it was November. November the 7th.
1971.
So, Bad Boy, you have been working on people's houses in this area.
I don't work on nearly every house in Patterson, seems like. I know so many people. I didn't know them. I worked for one, then somebody else.
So yeah, you was very popular.
I did. I worked. Boy, you was there. I put up all that paneling in your mother's living room and dining room. You know the paneling in
Yeah, I
there?
think I was in the Navy then, I think, when you did that.
I did. Yeah, that was right after your father died.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Oh yeah, I know your sister, your aunt. Yeah, she would be your aunt.
I put up that panel. I did all that by myself.
Oh, did you? I never know who did that either.
I did that. The living room and the
Yeah.
dining room. I did it by myself. Nobody was there. Sometimes I used to stay there till 12 and 1 o'clock at night. Nobody there but me and her.
So you've worked your whole life. You've been a hard worker.
Well, it was easy then.
And now you're 80 years old, right?
Yeah, I was
You
80.
look good for 80, Bad Boy.
80 February the 2nd. Oh, I was doing all right till this week. My legs started acting up. That's why I'm going. I'm going and get something.
What you
And I was wearing them old little shoes like you got on. I put these on this morning.
To support your knee.
Yeah, they help.
What were your kids like when your kids were growing up?
They were nice. They were
Oh,
right. They were here. Oh, but Brendan Flo.
Well,
Brevard
it
was
was
only-
a family then when the kid was growing up.
So that y'all raised them, all of them went to church.
Because they used to have cookout like all the family. The Brewington, the Hayes.
Hayers.
Yeah, all like we go up on the mountain and things.
Okay.
Everybody, and then at the house too, have cookout. And everybody be together. Everybody bring food together, and it ain't like it is now.
No way.
What's different about things now than before, than you think?
Oh goodness.
People was family then. Now,
Well, we just true, and it we wasn't we didn't have a whole lot of places we go in. You didn't see all this traffic and you didn't see all these people. You know, it makes a difference at that particular time. And when we moved here, I was working too, so I wasn't home all the time.
Okay.
And my kids was going to school, so they wasn't home either. You know.
so they was working when we moved here. Oh, but Beverly,
Was Brenda working?
Brenda was working ever since she was 16. Brenda worked for the telephone company,
Yeah, she did.
and Flo was teaching school.
Was Flo teaching here? I mean,
Yeah,
teaching
Flo
school?
started teaching school in 1970.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Things go away from me. She was.
Beverly
was the youngest, yeah.
What was Beverly like?
was 10 years
What
old.
was she like as a little girl?
She was good. She was
She
nice.
was good because she had them other two. She's 13 years different.
Okay, so they.
Yeah.
She did what she wanted to do.
Yeah, but she was very nice. She had friends that lived across the street, you know, and they did go to school. Did she just go to school here every once in a while, a little bit? Across the street. I mean, back then. Or 15, school 15.
I think she went there 1 year or something.
I know it was school 15 that she went to a lot, because then you had to walk up there. You know where? School 15?
School 13 over here?
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. Yes, this is 13. And so, did she, she was still in 15?
No, that was when we was on Pennington Street.
Oh, Pennington Street. Oh, yeah, Pennington Street is near. Mm-hmm. Which is true. Yeah, 15. And so she was young and she was good.
Okay, this is a question that I want to ask. If you want your kids to remember one thing, what is the most important thing that you would want for them to remember? If you could just tell them like one thing that they can take with them forever, what would that be? Y'all were y'all were a good example.
Which is true. We was a good example for them, but oh, gee whiz, what could you say? They were nice. We didn't have no problem with them as far as
He never had no problem.
no problem with them, you know, things like
went,
that.
they went to Sunday school every Sunday and went to church, stayed in church.
So they had a whole lot of kids that do the same thing at that time, you know.
And like Beverly, in the summer she always went to Bible study school. They ain't like the kids now. They don't even have Bible school now.
No, they sure don't compare to what they used to have.
So
Yeah, but my kids, they
Your
were
kids,
nice. I
right?
should say they were nice.
your kids are a product of your lives, the lives that y'all have lived. Because y'all have lived fruitful and productive lives. So God has blessed y'all with fruitful and productive children.
That's true. It's very, and
Yeah,
all those years we still have been still close, you know, because usually a family, they don't usually stay together.
Like Brenda,
that,
she
you know.
retired. And she 57?
That's your oldest daughter.
Yeah,
And she's
that's
Yeah.
this one.
Yes, her birthday is soon. Next week?
Friday.
Oh, this Friday. She'll be 58, yeah.
that's
No,
great.
That's
though.
right. She'll be 58. And we see them all the time. They do come here.
Every Sunday.
And every Sunday they're here now because we kind of fix a little food for them.
Oh, yeah?
But we all go to the same church. And the church is St. Luke.
Well, he used to go there too.
Oh, yeah.
So you have like, there's a lot of grandkids?
No, not a whole lot. We only
You
got
have-
3.
3, that's enough.
Yeah. Which is right. Flo have to 2. One boy's in college now. He's a lawyer.
Yeah.
And John is the other one. He just turned 20 though, or 19.
19.
John is
That's
You
real,
know, 20.
that is real good to hear though, you know.
yeah.
He was telling me that your grandson, he's a lawyer in New Orleans or something.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you how it just continues from one generation to the next. The seed that you had planted, Bad Boy, with your life, went to your children, and it went to their children. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Which is great. You don't hear
That's
like a whole
right.
lot of mess,
No.
you know.
You're right about that. You don't hear all that mess that you hear from other
A
people.
lot of
you know?
people's families, they go through kids going to jail, kids getting caught up on drugs, and a whole lot of craziness.
Mm-hmm. There's true things what goes on now, but at that time it wasn't drug and stuff like that.
It was drug. They ain't never.
Well, they never was. It wasn't that bad though, was it?
It was a lot of drugs.
Well,
When we was on Pennington Street, you don't know. You don't know about that.
no, because I sure don't know. I don't know about Pennington Street now. No.
This was a good tape. Now this is something that I'm going to give to. I'll give Beverly, and Beverly can just
Yeah.
it,
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah.
know?
You're right.
so that
She She like to keep it too.
So that
Yes.
they'll always have you with them.
Yeah, she's staying home today because there's a lot of voting and thing. So she's
For the school.
for the
they-
school system.
Oh, she works in the school system.
You know, she worked for
No,
the
she-
Red Cross now.
Okay.
But
She
she used to
working
work
for
too.
that
She used to work to St. Joe's Hospital for years. How many years? Until
21 years.
21 years.
She got laid off.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, that's because a lot of people was laid off at that particular time. When she got laid off, and she was laid off at the, sort of the last minute that a lot of the people had been laid off because St. Joseph couldn't keep all the people that was working for them, you know.
No, they were all the old ones. They
Well-
got rid of them and hired new ones for cheap.
Yeah.
That's
But
what happened.
she did work a long
Because they hire a lot of
The
people.
most
I know
of
a
her
lot of
life
people
was to St.
they hire
Joseph.
since then.
Yeah.
So we have about 5 minutes.
Yes.
5 minutes more, and we would have done a whole hour. God is good. God said, Harold, get up and just go on over there. Just put your clothes on. Don't call them. Just go over there and
Don't call him, huh? Oh, but I say to my husband, I said, oh, the doorbell ring. Did you hear the doorbell? But I wasn't dressed.
You thought it was River.
Yeah, I did thought probably was.
But River don't ring like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so we had a nice life though. We have to agree on that. Everybody's grown now and we still together, so that makes a big difference.
as a family.
Mm-hmm. As a family. Not in the same house, but we do. We see them and they see us. And Flo is a teacher and she comes here practically every week.
Every day.
Well,
She come here lunchtime. She'll be coming here.
Oh
12.
yeah.
Yeah, she usually come lunchtime, but she's good. She know you?
I don't think so.
I think so.
You know how we're gonna end this tape? I want you to. This may sound corny, but I want you to tell each of your kids by name that you love them. And this is gonna be the end of the tape.
Oh,
You know. And
yeah.
Brenda, I love you. Flo,
look this way. Look into the camera.
Brenda, I love you. Flo, I love you. Beverly, I love you.
I do too. Brenda, I love you. You know that. Flo, I love you. You know that too. And Beverly, I love you also. You know that too. So we love our
That's
family.
beautiful.
And we are together. And that makes a big difference when you get older and old as they are and they still can come and see you and always trying to help you out. And my Beverly, Brenda, she comes and take me to the doctor now when I have to go by driving, you know. And that makes a difference. And we are close together. And that does make a big difference. Especially when you get this old.
And how old are you?
I was my birthday March the 6th and I was 78.
78.
78.
God has blessed
Yes,
your
he
lives.
certainly have. He certainly
You know,
have. Yes.
It must be wonderful to be with a person, to have somebody in your life, the same person, that long.
Yes, which is true.
Your great grandparents, they was 70 and 80.
80 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sarah and Uncle Truck, and they was.
I'm going down to South Carolina soon.
Oh yeah, have you been down there lately?
I only went to Camden one time in my life.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
mention your Uncle Frank,
Uncle Frank, the
the
blind.
preacher. Yeah, he
He's
was
the preacher.
blind. Yeah.
Yeah. I met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I went down that time.
Oh.
I didn't know he was a preacher though.
Yeah, he would. Oh, he'd been all over the country preaching.
Now,
Oh, yeah?
He had, I don't know, 6 or 7 wives.
6 or 7 wives. And his name was Frank what?
Frank Sutten.
Frank Sutten.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether you probably know some of these people in this picture.
I don't think so.
No, he
But
wouldn't
like
know.
you say, these are
He
young.
wouldn't know.
They are 18 and 17. And
He wouldn't know
Oh
none
yeah,
of
I know you say that
it.
now.
He
You're
grew
right.
up with Beverly. How he don't know anything?
It's so true.
Only Martha he knows.
Because she don't
Martha.
even know these people here either. Because this is my graduation from high school. And it's 3 classes together there. So yeah, that makes it different. You don't know them. But as he said, every once in a while, I just like to look and see them, you know. And a lot of them is gone now, you know. A lot of them is dead now. And I don't see too many of them now, though, come to think of it. You know, and as I count the ones that my knowledge knowing that they're dead, it's quite a few of them. It's a lot of them. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that I went to high school that's no longer here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a lot younger than you. So
Yes.
it shows you how things change.
I'm telling
People
you,
don't live as
really
long.
change.
People don't live as long as they used to.
No, they don't. No, they don't
No,
because
the young people don't know. Because
with the dope and their life is different compared
That's why
to ours.
when you see your kids are a blessing because they don't have to be where they are.
That's right.
You know?
Which is true. That is so true, and that does make a big difference. Yeah, we've been lucky and we have been blessed.
how many sisters you had?
I had 5 sisters.
5.
Yep.
Oh, I only know 3.
You only know 4, but
I
there
know,
was
I know
the oldest one.
I know her.
The oldest one's name was Beverly.
The oldest one.
Yeah, I had an oldest sister,
Well, what the one that
Patricia.
died?
Her name was Patricia. Yeah.
Wait a minute now. The
Beverly-
one that went to college in Ohio?
That was Patricia.
That her name?
Yeah.
I used to call her something else.
Patty.
Patty, I don't
Yeah.
know.